What is a co-op and how to find one? So a homeschool co-op is basically, it stands for cooperative. It's basically a group of homeschool kids and their parents that come together for a purpose. So there are some homeschool co-ops that are for just enrichment, right? It's just to add to what you're already teaching your children. So I was part of a co-op where they would go to, we would have like little lessons. We'd go to a park and we'd have like little lessons about science or gardening, or we would do experiments, or sometimes, like say when it was the eclipse, we met at a library and we learned about the eclipse. There was one of the parents was a paramedic, and then they came in and taught us about CPR and stuff like that. It was a lot of enrichment classes that just added to what I was teaching my children. And then there's other co-ops that are just for field trips, or it could be enrichment and field trips, but it could be just where you're all meeting together to go to the museum or go to the zoo, have play dates, things like that. There are also co-ops where they are actually teaching your children core curriculum. So you can go to that co-op, register your children, and actually pick what classes you want someone else to be teaching your children. So there was a co-op that we toured a couple of years ago where they were offering reading or language arts, math. They were teaching sciences. They even had like a choir. They had a drama club, things like that. That was really interesting to me when I heard about it. And so we went there and we toured their campus. They actually had rented out a facility, a building, and they actually hired licensed teachers to come in and teach a specific curriculum to these homeschool kids. And so it was a drop-off program where once the parents registered and paid and everything, and it would start at the beginning of the traditional school year, and then they would sign up their kids for which classes that they wanted to drop them off for the children to learn. And that's how that co-op functioned. And then there's another co-op that's not far from where I'm at, where it's basically focused on sports. So if you want your kid to be able to be on a soccer team, learn tennis, play tennis, basketball, baseball, things like that, that co-op is basically all about sports and extracurriculars. So that's really fantastic. So there's just different co-ops that offer different things, but it's basically just homeschoolers coming together for a purpose. And say for us, the co-op that we are a part of, and we've been with them for a couple years now, they actually do both. So we do meet for field trips and activities and things like that, but we also come together. I think the older kids, they actually have a beta club. They do CLEP courses. They do some college courses, things like that, that they can use to help them before they graduate. So it's a mixture of both, but it's mostly enrichment though, that it's focused on. And then the parents are basically teaching most of their core curriculum to their children on their own. So that's a wide range of different co-ops that you can choose from. Now, how can you find a co-op? Basically just looking online. I know there's a lot of homeschool Facebook groups that you can try to join. Just a simple Google search could be homeschool co-ops near me. And then once you find those, and you kind of go into depth about looking on their website or their webpage to find out what it is that they're offering. And then also word of mouth. If you know any other homeschool parents or groups, ask them, hey, are you guys a part of a co-op? And what do they offer? Things like that. And then go tour those co-ops and find out what it is that you're looking for. I personally picked the co-op that I did is because I'm already teaching my children their core curriculum. I don't need anyone else to teach them that, and for them to be around other homeschool families and kids so they can build those strong connections with them too. So that is how I found my co-op, and that is what I was looking for.